Turpin on the mound facing Whitlinger, and will then step off. Whitlinger today is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and scored both of those times when he was aboard. It's been an on-base machine so far today for LaSalle. Hudson Taylor with a lead over there at first base. With one away here in the top of the fourth. They check again, not in time. Hudson Taylor did steal last time he was aboard. Stole third base. Turpin trying to work out of this top of the fourth jam. LaSalle scored 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Turpin was able to slam the door in the third. And the pitch is low. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. 5-2 lead for LaSalle. Comes into this one 3-2. Holy Ghost comes into this one 1-1. LaSalle has won 2 straight. Firebirds have won 1 straight. Turpin comes set, and his pitch to Whitlinger. Hudson Taylor was going to go and then pulled back. Ball is hit in the air out to right field. Shading under it and putting it away will be, what am I forgetting? It is Acosta. Isaac Acosta puts it away for the second out. F9, first time Whitlinger got out today. And that will bring up Wagner. Wagner is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Or sorry, with a strikeout. Caddy singled last time out. He's on deck. Wagner's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Turpin, the righty. Hudson Taylor over at first base with 2 outs. Yuskevich, who pinch run for Astolfi after the walk, was picked off. And Whitlinger just flew out to the right fielder. And the pitch is in the dirt. Hudson Taylor, the throw back to first is not in time. The play was there. Hudson Taylor was hanging off of first base, but the throw was not nearly in time. The tag was late. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Wagner. Hudson Taylor with speed over there at first base. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. 5-2 game. Shane Turpin, senior, trying to slam the door here in the fourth. They throw back, and it's not in time. Close play, but Hudson Taylor got back in time. A little bit of a war of trying to pick off Hudson Taylor is what these two are in, between Hudson Taylor and Turpin. Turpin, though, has to focus on the batter at hand, and that is Wagner. And the pitch is hit over to second base. Goldenbaum has it, and he'll make a light throw over to Mccord, and that will end the inning. So good job by Shane Turpin for back-to-back innings to get the Explorers with 0 runs. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 5-2 game. Welcome back here as we begin the bottom of the fourth in just a moment. LaSalle leads this one 5-2, and it's time to take a look at last game's player of the game. And we'll give it to Jack Mcdermott, who had 2 RBI doubles in the game against Germantown, and we'll co-give it to Liam Parsons, who had a home run, a three-run shot in the last game against Germantown, and those 2 are your players of the game for last game. This game so far, LaSalle against Holy Ghost Prep. LaSalle leads this one 5-2 for LaSalle. Whitlinger at the top of the lineup has been their on-base machine. They've had good production also towards the end of the lineup in Hudson Taylor and the big home run by Caddy back in the first. Holy Ghost Prep has been silent since that first inning. Tyler Mccord has been on base 2 times with a single and a walk. And Matthew Goldenbaum had a double back in the bottom of the third and had a walk. So those 2 would be the Firebirds players of the game so far. Still early, though, here in the bottom of the fourth. Firebirds and Explorers. And the new pitcher for the Explorers to relieve Marlar will be Tim Barrett, left-handed pitcher, senior. So Marlar goes an inning and a third for the Explorers. Didn't give up any runs. Couple hits. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Firebirds. Andrew Jones will lead it off. Andrew today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. And Barrett's first pitch to Andrew Jones is in there for a strike. Got a little bit of heat on it there. Does the fastball from Barrett. It's 0-1. Andrew Jones trying to get on base here to start the inning. The 0-1 is upstairs. It's 1-1. Firebirds will also have Isaac Acosta, who's on deck, and Tyler Mccord, who's in the hole. 1-1 strike the count. Barrett, the lefty senior, comes set, and his pitch is swung on and fouled back in the cage. It's 1-2. That stung the hands of Andrew Jones. We'll see if Shane Turpin goes out for another inning. Firebirds do have bullpen action. Explorers so far went to Crabtree for an inning and 2/3, and Marlar, who pitched an inning and a third. Now they turn it over here to Tim Barrett here in the top of the fourth. He is ahead 1-2 to Andrew Jones, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-2. Top of the fourth, 5-2 game for the Salle Explorers, who lead this one. Holy Ghost trying to get their second straight win at home, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Upstairs, it's 3-2. Good eye by Andrew Jones to work back the count. Andrew in left field today for Nick Kent, who started this game for the Firebirds. Andrew Jones, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Has worked back the count to full against Tim Barrett, and the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, walked him. So good 6-pitch at bat for Andrew Jones, who has some speed, and we'll head down to first base. Isaac Acosta is due up now for the Firebirds. Isaac today, the leadoff hitter, he's 0 for 2, but hit both of the hits. Well, I should say out balls that he hit. Both of them were hit hard. One to the center fielder, a line out in the top or in the bottom of the first, and one to the left fielder in the bottom of the second. He'll now bat here in the bottom of the fourth with a 5-2 lead for the Explorers. Andrew Jones over there at first. Barrett's first delivery is a curveball that misses way high. Andrew Jones led down the second, and the throw goes behind the shortstop Hatson Taylor, but the second baseman Whitlinger is there to cover. So Andrew Jones heads down to first base on a wild pitch, or second base on a wild pitch. So Firebirds have a leadoff runner in scoring position here against Tim Barrett, the lefty senior, who falls behind in the count 1-0 to the lefty Isaac Acosta. One ball, no strikes. The count to Acosta, leadoff hitter for the Firebirds. Tyler Mccord is on deck. He's 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. The pitch to Acosta is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. And now Astolfi, that is not Astolfi. That might be Yuskevich, but he is listed as an outfielder. Do not know if he's in the game to catch. But nonetheless, the Explorers catcher heads out and has a conversation with Tim Barrett. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. To the leadoff hitter for the Firebirds, Isaac Acosta. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. On a cloudy day for baseball, 5-2 lead for the Explorers. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The lefty comes set with Andrew Jones at second. And the pitch is high. It's 2-1. Firebirds scored their runs in the bottom of the first by a lot of walks, a couple hit by pitches. And they're going to try to do that again with having a good eye here against Barrett, who falls behind in the count 2-1 to Isaac Acosta. Firebirds have only strung together 3 hits today. Try to get a hit here and get that runner in. Nobody out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Barrett comes set, and his pitch is hit, and it's a line drive into center field, a base hit. That will fall. Andrew Jones had to smartly wait to see if the ball was caught, so he'll stop at third, and there's runners on the corners for the Firebirds with nobody out. Acosta is on base for the first time today with a single. As I said, Andrew Jones heads down to third. 4th hit of the day for the Firebirds, and that will bring up Tyler Mccord, who is 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. Tyler's seen it well today. He was in the leadoff spot for the home opener. Now down here in the second spot of the order for the Firebirds. 5-2 game. LaSalle leads this one. Runners on the corners as the Firebirds threaten here in the fourth. And the first pitch is low. It's 1-0. Tyler Mccord, the third baseman, steps in, trying to do some damage. Put the ball in play, and you get a run, and you cut the deficit to 2. 5-2 game, though. LaSalle runners on the corners. Barrett is in a real jam here. The lefty falls behind in the count 1-0, and the pitch. It's 2-0. On deck is the senior, Jack Mcdermott, who was our player of the game last game with 2 RBI doubles. 2 balls, no strikes, the count, and the pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. We had some technical difficulties. We're recording this, and we will post it at the end of the game. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count, and the pitch is popped up. First base side. It heads foul. Over to give it a look is the first baseman, Caddy, but it's way out of play. Bounces and hits a car, and then double doinks the bumper of another black SUV, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barrett has thrown 2 good pitches here to work back the count. Batter is Tyler Mccord, the third baseman. 5-2 lead for LaSalle. Holy Ghost will try to cut the deficit. And the 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. There goes Acosta, and it's a ball. Acosta will head down to second. And it's a full count now to Tyler Mccord. So now runners on second and third. We'll see, maybe the Explorers, I don't know if they would flirt to do that, but maybe might walk them here to try to put a force at home and play the infield in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Tyler Mccord, who's 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. The pitch from Barrett is swung on and fouled back. It remains 3-2. Good battle here by Tyler. Couple good at-bats here against Barrett. There's bullpen action for LaSalle now. Looks like one of the pitchers down there might be Justin Machida, but he is listed here. No, that's not Justin Machida. That might be Kevin Kell, the junior. The 3-2 to Mccord is fouled off the screen and rolls down the first base line. It remains full. It's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Mccord is in a battle. It's a 7-pitch at bat so far for Tyler Mccord, who works back. Full count, runners on second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Firebirds trying to cut into the deficit. They trail by 3. The 3-2 is outside, ball 4. Close pitch, but Mccord is a good eye, and he'll take it for a walk. And the bases are loaded for the Firebirds. They did bases loaded damage the other day. That home run, or not the 3-run home run by Liam Parsons, but that double by Jack Mcdermott. And now the LaSalle Explorers will take a walk out to the mound. They'll call the infield in to have a conference here. I would imagine they will play the infield in. Jack Mcdermott, the senior, comes up for the Firebirds. Mcdermott today is 0 for 2. He flew out in his first at-bat to the left fielder against Crabtree, and he grounded out to the shortstop against Marlar. That was back in the 2nd. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases are juiced to Firebirds. They trail 5-2. That pitcher warming up for the Explorers was number 15, Kevin Kell, Jr. We'll see if he gets into this game. And they will take out the lefty Barrett. So we're going to have a pitching change here. And I would imagine that Kell will come into this game. We will see if that's the case. And we come back 5-2, LaSalle lead. Welcome back here. It'll be thank you. It'll be Emmett McLaughlin who will take over for LaSalle. McLaughlin is a junior, number 19, so Kell will not come into this game. McLaughlin will. They did have 2 pitchers warming up down there. Bases are loaded, full of Firebirds. At third base, it's Andrew Jones with good speed. Isaac Acosta has good speed. He's at second, and Tyler Mccord has good speed. So good speed all around. An extra base hit should clear the bases. At least get 2 home. It's a 5-2 lead for LaSalle. Firebirds scored their 2 runs back in the bottom of the 1st. LaSalle scored their 5 runs in the first 2 innings of this game. Firebirds pitching has done a good job to shut them down, similar to what they did against Germantown. Firebirds coming in this game 1-1 with their most recent game, a win against Germantown. That was the home opener here the other day. And LaSalle comes in this game 3-2, but they've won their past 2 games. The last 2 games was a 15-7 win against Roman and a 7-3 win against Archbishop Carroll. So here's Jack McDermott, who will step in against McLaughlin. I would imagine the Explorers will play the infield in here, and they will, maybe, we'll see, they will, well, after the throw down to second base, they might. Yeah, it looks like Caddy's heading towards the grass. So the bases are loaded, full of Firebirds here in the bottom of the fourth. Jack McDermott, the senior, will try to get something done here at the plate, at least try to get some runners in here. Firebirds have trailed this game throughout, but they can really cut the deficit here and perhaps take the lead. Tim Barrett doesn't get an out here in the bottom of the fourth. He exits. Barrett only gave up one hit to walk two batters. McLaughlin on the mound for LaSalle. He comes set. And the first pitch to Jack McDermott has some heat on it. And we're not quite sure if that was ruled a ball or a strike. McLaughlin comes set. And his pitch is swung on and hit on the ground, over, and it's past the diving second baseman into center field. Scoring is Jones. Pulling up in at home is also Acosta, and that will put runners on the corners. It's a two RBI single for Jack McDermott, and that will cut the deficit to 1 for the Firebirds. It's 5-4. Heading over to third is Tyler Mccord. Jack McDermott pulls up at first, and it's a 5-4 game. Holy Ghost battling back here and made LaSalle pay for those walks. Still nobody out here. They'll bring up Reese Accord, the first baseman, who's 1 for 1 today with a single and a hit by pitch. McLaughlin comes set. There goes Jack McDermott. He'll head down, and the throw is late. Now they're coming home. The throw is not in time, and they call him out. And it's 5-4. So we saw the game earlier in the game, which was against LaSalle, that was called an out, but that was a little pickoff play at first base. This was a play at home that could tie the game, and it's ruled out. So the Firebirds had a trick play on there. Jack McDermott moves up to second, but Tyler Mccord is thrown out at home to keep the game 5-4. So both teams are unhappy with the umpires in this one, to say the least. And Reese Accord stays here in the batter's box. McDermott over there at second, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Firebirds trail by 1. It's 5-4. That was a pitch high. LaSalle next inning will have up 3, 4, and 5. The meat of their order. As they lead this one 5-4. Reese Accord in the batter's box, righty versus lefty. McLaughlin comes set, and the pitch to Reese is popped up left field side, and it will head out of play. The third baseman, McCunis, gave it a look, but no chance. So Mccord trying to get a single here and get in the tying run, the equalizer. Over there at second base, that's Jack McDermott with decent speed. Tyler Mccord was just thrown out at the plate. With 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-4 lead for LaSalle. The pitch, just swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch there by McLaughlin. And that will strike out Reese Accord for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Aiden Robbins, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Firebirds had an opportunity here to get that tying run home. They were aggressive, and it may have cost them. 2 outs, though, here. Still a runner out there on the pond. The runner on second, that's Jack McDermott. McLaughlin comes set. Facing Robbins, and the pitch. Upstairs, it's 1-0. Aiden Robbins, the center fielder for the Firebirds. 5-hole hitter. Tim Barrett started this inning and struggled. Gave up a hit and walked 2. But since coming into the game, McLaughlin has done well. 1 ball, no strikes. To Aiden Robbins, and the pitch is swung on and hit in the air. Out to right field, it's hit pretty deep, heading back at the track at the wall. He looks up, and it will bounce out of play for a ground rule double, and that will score. I think it's a double. But they're going to call it a home run, and that ball is gone for now. So Firebirds have a 6-5 lead. Well, we'll see what happens. They're going to call it a home run, I think.
Ground rule double.
Yeah, they're going to call it. They're going to call it a home run. So Mcdermott will score, and Robbins will hit a home run, maybe. So it's a 5-5 game, but we'll see if they counted a home run or a double. There are 2 outs in the inning, and they will call it a ground rule double. So Robbins will head over to second. That ball did bounce over the target. It was close. It was weird to see, but it was a double for Robbins. So here's Liam Parsons. So Robbins and Mcdermott will exchange places, but this game is tied 5-5. Parsons, the DH today, is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field and a walk. Parsons, that big 3-run home run last game, we'll see if he can give Holy Ghost Prep the lead. Tie game 5-5 here in the bottom of the 4th against LaSalle. The wind picks up just a little bit. McLaughlin comes set. And his pitch, his big swing and a miss, overpowered him with the fastball. It's 0-1. Long bottom of the 4th inning. Firebirds trailed this inning. We're coming into it by 3. They've came back to tie it up. Couple controversial plays, the play at home, and then that ground rule double. But nonetheless, we are tied. Firebirds 1-1 coming into this one. 3-2 LaSalle. There's a big swing and a miss. Tied him up. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if McLaughlin can slam the door here to get out of this inning. And they get to the 5th. Bottom of the 4th, tie game. Over at second is Aiden Robbins with good speed. No balls, 2 strikes to Parsons. McLaughlin comes set. And his 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, overpowered him. The fastball was too much for Parsons to handle. And that will be the 5th strikeout of the day for LaSalle pitching. We head to the top of the 5th inning. We're all tied up 5-5. Welcome back here. Shane Turpin will continue to do the pitching for the Firebirds. We're locked up in a 5-5 game. There's been controversial plays. There's been offense. There's been some defense. There's been some pitching. And we will continue to see how this game goes as we head to the top of the 5th. Coming up to bat for LaSalle will be Caddy. Caddy today is 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. Turpin, righty on righty matchup here. He'll come set, and his first pitch to Caddy is over there for a strike. It's 0-1. LaSalle comes into this game 3-2. They've won 2 straight. Win against Archbishop Carroll and the win against Roman. Holy Ghost won their last game against Germantown 9-3. The 1-0 is hit on the ground, over to short. Jack Mcdermott has it. Weird hop. His throw over to Reese Mccord at first is in time to get the lunging Caddy for the first out here in the top of the 5th. Score the putout 6-3, and that will bring up the DH Remus, who is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. Remus batting in the cleanup spot today. The Explorers once again have bullpen action. Not quite sure who it is. It is a righty. Turpin's first pitch to Remus is low in the dirt. It's 1-0. Sun's starting to come out here. Game between HGP and LaSalle. If you were watching this part of the game, the first part of the game was live streamed. You can check that out. It was like 50 minutes of the first half of the game. You can go listen to it, and then this half will be posted, of course, when you're watching it. A little bit after the game, we had some internet problems, but the game will be posted nonetheless. You can go back and watch it if you missed any of the action. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to Remus. David Shapansky here with you. The 2-0 is the ball. It's 3-0. Turpin needs to find the strike zone here against Remus, who's already walked once today. On deck is Mcdermott, and the 3-0 is in there for strike. Looked like it's 3-1. Five game, if you're just joining us, here in the top of the 5th. The DH Remus is up to bat against Shane Turpin. That ball is hit on the ground, and it gets right through the left side as Tyler Mccord tried to get it but couldn't. And that'll be a base hit for Remus. His first hit of the day. And that will put a 1-out runner on here for LaSalle, who will try to reclaim their lead. It's 5-5. LaSalle lead for most of the game. I'll bring up the third baseman, Mcdermott. Mcdermott today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a ground out to the third baseman, Mccord. Not a huge lead off at first for Remus. Turpin comes set. And his first pitch, there goes Remus, and it's hit on the ground. And it's going to go down the third base line. It dribbled, it got past Tyler Mccord. Jack McDermott's over to get it, and it will be an infield single for Mcdermott. His first hit of the day, back-to-back hits for the visiting Explorers. Remus will move up to second. He'll stop there. Mcdermott is aboard with a single. And there's runners on first and second with 1 out. That will bring up the left fielder, Brett Snyder, who is 0 for 1 today with a ground out to the shortstop, Jack McDermott, and a walk. Finlay came out to have a quick little talk with McDermott, or not McDermott, with Turpin, but quickly goes back in. And that will bring up Brett Snyder with runners on first and second. 5-5 game here in the top of the 5th. The 5s are wild. Turpin comes set, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The count to Brett Snyder, the left fielder. Turpin on the mound for Holy Ghost. He's done a good job to clean up the pieces from Nick Henn, who went 2 1/3, giving up. There's a ball, it looked like it's 1-1. Nick Henn went 2 1/3, giving up 5 runs. Gave up 4 hits, walked 3 batters, but was able to strike out 3. The Explorers today have struck out 3 times. Nick Henn with all 3 of those strikeouts. Shane Turpin in an even count, 1-1. The pitch is low. It's 2-1. So Turpin in a little bit of control trouble now after giving up the back-to-back hits, 1 to Remus, 1 to Mcdermott. And here's Brett Snyder. Turpin comes set, and his pitch is low. Ball 4, walked him. It was a 3-1 count, my bad. So the bases are full of Explorers now, as heading up to second will be Mcdermott, and Remus will head over to third. That will bring up Machida. Machida is 0 for 2 today with 2 ground balls, 1 to the third base and 1 to the shortstop, and you could really use 1 here. That may be it for Turpin. And Coach Olinsky is not going to pull the trigger just yet. Looks like, yeah, Turpin will stay in this game. With 1 out, the bases are loaded for LaSalle. Again, Machida is up to bat, 0 for 2 today with 2 ground balls. Firebirds could use 1 here. Justin Machida listed as an outfielder. He's playing right field today. He's 5'11", senior, listed 150 pounds. Firebirds will not play the infield in here, at least it doesn't look like it. Firebirds have bullpen action. Not exactly quite sure who that is, but they have bullpen action nonetheless. Firebirds will not play up here. The bases are loaded with 1 away. As Machida, the right fielder, is up to bat. Righty on righty matchup. Shane Turpin on the mound for the Firebirds. 5-5 game here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch is low. It's 1-0. I'm a little surprised to see the Firebirds not play the infield in here. They do have Mccord and Accord on the grass, but Mcdermott and Goldenbaum shade up the middle. The pitch is swung on and caught right by Goldenbaum. Will throw back to first by Accord, and he's out. He was out. Good play by Matthew Goldenbaum, who catches the ball and throws it to first in time, and that will do it for the top of the 5th. That was a very good play by Matthew Goldenbaum. It was close at first base, but he was out. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 5-5 game. Welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Dave Shapansky with you. And McLaughlin will stay in this game for LaSalle. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Firebirds. Matthew Goldenbaum, who just made a terrific double play over at second base, followed by Hunter Finlay, the catcher, and then the 9-hole hitter, Andrew Jones, the left fielder. 5-5 game. How did we get here, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you, LaSalle scored 3 runs in the top of the first, big home run by Caddy, the first baseman. Then they scored 2 runs in the top of the second to take a 5-2 lead. My bad, bottom of the first. I'll go back a little bit. Firebirds scored 2 in the bottom of the first. It was 5-2. Firebirds struck in the bottom of the 4th inning to tie this game for 3. All 3 runs were credited to Tim Barrett, who is out of this game. 5-5 game. McLaughlin once again will stay in, and the first pitch is hit in the air out to left field. Starting back, now wandering in and to the right. And making the catch to put Goldenbaum's hit to left field is Brett Snyder, who will put it away for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. One away, that will bring up Hunter Finlay, the catcher. Finlay today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up to the shortstop in his last at-bat. One out here in the bottom of the 5th. He swings at the first pitch and hits one that's going to bloop into center field for a base hit. Hunter Finlay is aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Good piece of hitting there. Got it off the end of the bat, but was able to put contact on it. And Finlay singles. I'll bring up Andrew Jones, and they're going to make a pinch running decision here. So the catcher Finlay will come out of this game and going to pinch run for the Firebirds. Not quite sure who that is for the Firebirds. See if I could tell you, and that is Nick Phillips, who will do the pinch running for the Firebirds, and McLaughlin will step off. So Phillips will come in for Finlay. We'll see if he'll stay in to do the catching most likely. Andrew Jones, the left fielder, is due up. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. Phillips over at first base. 5-5 game. LaSalle and Holy Ghost locked in a battle here in the bottom of the 5th. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, this is the second half of the game. The first game we got through, the first half of the game we got through pretty successfully on the live stream. The internet had some problems, but we are streaming. Well, not streaming. We will have the second half of the game posted. So if you want to listen to it, rewatch some of the moments of this game. It's been a fun and interesting one, to say the least. First pitch to Andrew Jones is low. It's 1-0. LaSalle comes into this game 3-2. They've won 2 straight. Back-to-back wins. One against Roman, the other one against Archbishop Carroll. Holy Ghost is 1-1. Their last game was a win against Germantown. McLaughlin will step off and throw back to first. Back safely is Phillips. Andrew Jones trying to at least get the runner over here. We'll see if maybe Phillips steals a base here. And the pitch is in the dirt. Quick delivery for McLaughlin. It's pinch hitter. Okay. Pinch hitter there. It's not Andrew Jones who comes out of this game. It's Joey Amati, number 17, who steps into the dish. It's a little bit inside. So Jones come out of the game. That means Amati will most likely go to left field. And Phillips will most likely be the catcher with Finlay coming out of the game. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch. In the dirt. Good eye by Amati. 5-5 game locked in a duel. LaSalle and Holy Ghost Prep. Game started at 12 o'clock. We're 2 hours in and we're just in the bottom of the 5th. If you didn't pack a lunch, you maybe should go get one. And the pitch is outside. Ball 4. Walked him. Good at bat there for Amati, who pinch hits for Jones. Phillips will head to second, and there's one out with runners on first and second. So McLaughlin in a little bit of trouble. Holy Ghost has traffic on the base paths, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, right fielder Isaac Acosta. Isaac Acosta today is 1 for 3 with a single, a fly out to the left fielder, and a line out to the center fielder on a tremendous play by the center fielder Wagner. That came back in the bottom of the 1st. McLaughlin steps off. Decent speed over at second with Phillips. Good speed with Amati over there at first base. One out, Holy Ghost threatening here in the bottom of the 5th, trying to take a lead. They struck for 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th to tie. We'll see if they can claim the lead. That ball's hit in the air to right field. It's hit pretty deep, right center field. Over and shaded to make the catch is Machida, and he'll put it away for the second out. Good piece of hitting there by Acosta, but he flies out to the right fielder for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Tyler Mccord, who so far is the player of the game. He's 1 for 1, but he's been on base all 3 times. He has a single and 2 walks. His walk last time was a big part of the rally for Holy Ghost, and he steps in here junior with runners on first and second and 2 outs. McLaughlin trying to leave the runners there. Holy Ghost trying to get the leading run home here. That leading run at second is Nick Phillips. That ball's hit on the ground. Over to third. It's going to get not through. Phillips will make the throw, but it's not in time as he was safe. Throw was a little bit late. Hatson Taylor tried to make the play but couldn't, and the bases are now full of Firebirds as Mccord will reach on a base hits. And that will bring up Jack Mcdermott, who's 1 for 3 today with a single, a fly out, and a ground out. Bases are loaded. Phillips at third, Amati at second, Mccord at first. 5-5 game. McLaughlin on the mound for the Explorers. The Firebirds have bullpen action, and the first pitch is inside. It's 1-0. Good eye by Jack Mcdermott. Jack, the shortstop, trying to get the go-ahead run home here for the Firebirds. Firebirds have trailed throughout, but they tied it in the bottom of the 4th, and they now try to take the lead. There are 2 outs, though. Jack is the guy up there to do it. 3-hole hitter Jack Mcdermott. The pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The count to Jack Mcdermott. Jack committed to play college baseball. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. McLaughlin comes set, and his pitch is swung on and hit on the ground over to second base. Up with it and making the throw in time is Whitlinger, and he'll put it away to end the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. 5-5 game. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Welcome back. Here's it to the top of the 6th. New pitcher is Matthew Goldenbaum for the Firebirds. Goldenbaum slammed the door the other day. He picked up, well, not the save. It was a 6-run lead for the Firebirds, but he closed the door against Germantown the other day. Did a pretty good job as a quick inning for Matthew Goldenbaum, and he'll start the top of the 6th. working against 7, 8, and 9. Due up for LaSalle, it will be Machida, Yuskevich, and Hatson-Taylor will be the 3 due up. For LaSalle in a 5-5 game, I'm David Shapansky with you here on this Saturday afternoon, starting to clear up. Again, Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel, you can watch this game. We'll have the first half of the game posted, and the second half, due to internet issues, will be posted after the game. LaSalle comes into this one 3-2, winning their last 2. Holy Ghost Prep comes into this game 1-1, winning their home opener the other day. Machida, the right fielder, will lead it off. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts. He was at bat when Matthew Goldenbaum, who's now the pitcher, made a great play at second base. We'll see if we could fill you in on who the second baseman is in just a moment. The new second baseman is not clear. And that is Liam Parsons, who will head over to second base. So Parsons will fill in. He was the DH, so we'll see if the Firebirds maybe make a change. Nick Phillips may maybe be the DH. We'll see what happens. Matthew Goldenbaum on the mound against the right fielder, Machida. Goldenbaum comes set from the stretch, and his pitch is swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The ball's 1 strike. Count here in the top of the 6th, 5-5 game. LaSalle led this game through most of it, but once again, like the game against Germantown, the Firebirds offense coming alive late. Goldenbaum will step off the rubber. No balls, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Wild swing there by Machida. It's 0-2. This game has had a lot of everything. There's been good defense. There's been a lot of offense for the most part. And there's been some calls that have been controversial for both sides. But it's been a fun afternoon for baseball. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Machida. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is low in the dirt. It's 1-2. LaSalle has, well, when they've won their games, they've won because they've offensive powered the other team. They scored 15 runs against Roman, 7 against Archbishop Carroll. They scored 7 in a win against Hun, as that ball's fouled back. The only game where they really didn't score all that much was against Friends Central. That was a 19-1 loss. Goldenbaum trying to get the first out of the inning here in Machida. And the pitch. Upstairs, good eye. Goldenbaum really utilized his fastball the other day against Germantown to get ahead in counts. He's done that so far here. We'll see if he can put him away. Goldenbaum comes set in the pitch. In the dirt. So Machida battling here with Goldenbaum. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch to the right fielder, Machida, is a swing and a miss. Overpowered him. Goldenbaum gets the first out of the inning via a strikeout. That's only the 4th strikeout today for Firebirds pitching, but it comes in a big way to start the top of the 6th. That will bring up, it was supposed to be the catcher, Astolfi, but pinch running was Yuskevich. We'll see if he's the batter here. Can't exactly see the number. It is a righty. If we can get it for you, we will. Goldenbaum steps up with 1 out here in the top of the 6th, and his pitch is fouled back to the screen. Looks like it's number 12, and that is, no, that's Hatson-Taylor, who's on, Hatson-Taylor is the hitter. So Hatson-Taylor is the hitter against Goldenbaum. No balls, 1 strike to count. The 0-1 pitch from Goldenbaum is low. It's 1-1. Hatson-Taylor so far today is 1 for 2 with a double, and he reached his last time on an error to the 3rd baseman, Tyler Mccord. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Goldenbaum comes set with 1 out, and the pitch is upstairs. It's 2-1. Bullpen action here in this 5-5 game. Explorers have 2 pitchers warming up. The one I can for sure tell you is right-hander Joey Chesnick, the senior. The other one I'm not exactly sure. They have a lefty and a righty warming up. The pitch. I was close, but called the ball. 1 out. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch is hit on the ground over to second. That's Liam Parsons who has it. He's up with it and makes a throw in time to Mccord for the 2nd out of the inning. Score that play 4-3. Hatson Taylor did not make it out of the box. I don't know if there is a controversial call or if Hatson Taylor is hurt. Not exactly sure. And Hatson Taylor is hurt. From what we could tell, he hit the ball on the ground in the second base and never made it out of the batter's box. And Hatson Taylor appears to be up now. Maybe, hard to see. We'll see if he returns out to shortstop. There are 2 outs though, and then we'll turn the lineup over to Whitlinger. Whitlinger is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and a fly out to the right fielder his last time up. 2 outs here. Matthew Goldenbaum doing a good job to set down the first 2 explorers in this 5-5 duel here in the top of the 6th. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is upstairs. It's 1-0. Again, bullpen action for LaSalle. They have a lefty and a righty. The righty is Joey Chesnick, the senior. The lefty, I'm not quite sure. The 1-0 pitch is a swing and fouled back to the back of the cage. It's 1-1. I'm David Shapansky. I'm here with you. We're here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's cleared up here. The clouds are still mainly around, but the peaks of sun. We're in the middle to high 60s. And we hope that you are enjoying this game. We had a little bit of internet difficulty, so the last inning or 2 will be recorded, and that will be posted on the Holy Ghost Pep YouTube channel after this. That's upstairs. Whitlinger, the second baseman today for LaSalle. This game is now a little bit more than 2 hours old, and the pitch from Goldenbaum is upstairs. Goldenbaum now has seemed to lost a little bit of control there. Got out of rhythm a little bit after Hatson Taylor was injured after the ground ball. Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch to Whitlinger is upstairs, ball 4, walked him. So Whitlinger is on base for the 3rd time today, 2 singles and the walk. And with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, LaSalle has some base runners. Well, base runner in Whitlinger, and that will bring up the center fielder Wagner. Wagner today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground ball to the second baseman, and a walk. The walk came in his first at bat. Goldenbaum with 2 outs, trying to get the Firebirds hit in the bottom of the 6th. They throw back, high throw. Reese Mccord was able to save it, because or else that may have headed our direction. Well, Salle again comes into this one 3-2. They're 1-0 on the road. Firebirds are 1-1 overall with a 1-0 record at home. The pitch is hit in the air out to center field. It's not hit all that deep. Robbins says he has it, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out. So pretty decent contact there by Wagner, but nonetheless, it's a fly out to end the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 game. Well, welcome back here as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. The new pitcher for LaSalle will be number 17, Joey Chisnick, the senior right-handed pitcher. Some news to report. The shortstop, Hudson Taylor, who was injured on that ground ball to second base, is not in the game. So Hudson Taylor comes out. That will move Whitlinger, the former second baseman, over to shortstop. And coming into the game, well, not coming over to the game, McCunis will move over to first. And the third baseman, I'm not exactly sure who that is. That looks like that could be number 20, Brian Bucaro. We'll see if that's the case or not. Can't exactly see it from here. But Hudson Taylor comes out of this ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Oh no, Hudson Taylor will now come back into this ball game. And that's what I get for starting the recording a little bit early. So Hudson Taylor will come in here, and yeah, okay, so it looks like, so here's what happened. Bucaro just came out to field ground balls at third. He'll go back in. So number 20 is out. Hudson Taylor stays at short, and the defense will remain the same. Whitlinger moves back over to second. So all is same for the defense of LaSalle. We'll see, though, if that little injury hurts Hudson Taylor here defensively as we begin the bottom of the 6th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Firebirds. Reese Accord will lead it off. Reese today is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a single, and a hit by pitch. Scouting report on Chesnick, right-handed hitter, tall guy, a lot of velocity coming out of that arm as we get started against Reese Accord. And the first pitch is swung on and hit in the air, and it will go out of play. It's 0-1. Reese Accord today, the first baseman, as always for the Firebirds. We're locked up in a 5-5 duel here in the bottom of the 6th. David Shapansky here with you on the Holy Ghost Prep campus, here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can rewatch the game later if you missed any parts. And the 0-1 may have been a strike. I'm not sure what that was called. But nonetheless, the umpire behind the plate is not exactly too vocal. It was called a strike, apparently. And the pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right field. It's hit pretty well. It's center field. The right fielder was shading over. And the center fielder will put it away in time to make the catch. One away. Wagner put that ball away. So F8 for Reese Accord. The wind started that ball off towards right center, and it blew back towards center field. I'll bring up the center fielder for the Firebirds, Aiden Robbins. Robbins today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks. And the first pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-0. So a lot of offense early on in this game. Firebirds had a couple innings back-to-back. They put some runs together, but recently it's been a slow scoring fest. The pitch upstairs. Next inning for LaSalle will be 3, 4, and 5. Caddy, Remus, and McCunis. The pitch in the dirt. Good eye by Aiden Robbins. On deck for the Firebirds is Parsons. Unless they make a DH substitution, which they could. Oh no, he came in at second base, my bad. And that pitch is in there for strike, I believe. So Chesnick will try to work back. After falling behind in the count early to the center fielder for the Firebirds, Aiden Robbins. 5-5 game between LaSalle and Holy Ghost. The pitch is hit on the ground over to short. That is Hudson Taylor who boots it. And again, that injury, not saying that that played a part of it, but wasn't exactly too focused there was Hudson Taylor. That's his second error of the game. So E6 will allow Robbins to reach. It is good to see Hudson Taylor back out there, though. So Robbins is over at first. That will bring up Liam Parsons, I believe. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. Chesnick's pitch is hit on the ground. This one over to shortstop. Good pick there by Hudson Taylor. There's one at second. Over to first is not in time. It was a bang-bang play. So that will pick up a force out. So score that play 6-4 on the putout to get Robbins, who reaches on the error. But Parsons is aboard on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Matthew Goldenbaum, who had a big double his last, well, two at-bats ago. He's 1 for 2 today with that double, a fly out, and a walk. Parsons over at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Chesnick delivers inside. It's 1-0 to Matthew Goldenbaum, the sophomore second baseman. 5-5 game here in the bottom of the 6th. Game is now 2 hours and 15 minutes long. LaSalle comes in this game with an overall record of 3-2. Holy Ghost with an overall record of 1-1. The pitch. Holy Ghost has played well at home over the years. They are 1-0 to start the young season here at home. Goldenbaum trying to advance the cause here and pass the baton with Parsons over at first. Coming set is Chesnick, and his pitch is hit in the air out to right field. Starting back, then coming in and putting it away will be Mccord, and that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th, 5-5 between Holy Ghost and LaSalle. Welcome back here as we go to work in the top of the 7th in a 5-5 game. Matthew Goldenbaum will continue on to do the pitching. Did pretty well in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the meat of the order, 3, 4, and 5 due up for LaSalle. Caddy, Remus, and McCunis. When Goldenbaum gets done throwing the warm-up pitches, we want to thank everyone for tuning in today on this Saturday afternoon. The recording you can watch after today's ball game. As we start here in the top of the 7th inning, 5-5 game. How did we get here, you may ask? The scoring summary. Well, LaSalle started off the game scoring 3 runs in the first, big home run by Caddy. Then the Firebirds responded, scoring 2 in the bottom of the first, mainly off of walks and bad control by the LaSalle starter, Crabtree. And then the LaSalle put on another 2 runs in the top of the 2nd to take a 5-2 lead. Then Firebirds responded by scoring 3 in the bottom of the 4th to tie this game up at 5-5. There's been controversial calls, there's been offense, there's been defense, and we're still knotted up at 5-5, trying to decide a winner. Caddy will lead it off for LaSalle. Caddy today is 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, and a ground out to the shortstop. First pitch to Caddy from Goldenbaum will be delayed just a second. Now Goldenbaum gets on the rubber. Goldenbaum comes set. And his first pitch to Caddy is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Goldenbaum facing Caddy, the number 3-0 hitter for LaSalle. And the pitch. That hit him. Caddy's hit by a pitch. He'll head down to first base to start this top of the 7th. Not the way you wanted to start this inning. Holy Ghost Prep's next game, if you want to tune in here to the live stream, will be, let's see, I had it pulled up here. I don't know if Matt knows or not. The next game will be on Tuesday, April 13th. It will be against Devon Prep. And that game, I believe, will begin at the standard start time of 4. If I'm right, it does begin at 4. First pitch back, Mccord not in time. So Caddy gets back. This is Remus, the DH. Remus today is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a strikeout. Strikeout came against Nick Henn. Goldenbaum comes set. And his pitch, there goes the runner from first, that's Caddy. It's a hit and run, it's popped up. The shortstop, Jack Mcdermott, says he's got it. He does have it. And hurrying back to first is Caddy. The hit and run was in effect there, but Remus pops it up. Score that play a P6 for Remus. Caddy will stay at first after the hit by pitch, and that will bring up the third baseman Mcdermott, who is 1 for 3 today with a single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Goldenbaum with 1 out. Once again, there goes Caddy. The throw down is not in time. It bounces up. And stealing second base easily is Caddy. 5-5 game. Runner in scoring position for LaSalle here in the top of the 7th. There is bullpen action for LaSalle. They have two guys warming up. One lefty, one righty. Matt Goldenbaum trying to keep this game tied for the Firebirds to have a chance to walk it off. And the pitch is swung on and hit on the ground over to Liam Parsons, who stays down on it and completes a throw to Mccord in time. Score the play 4-3, and there's now 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, but Caddy advances to third. And that will bring up the left fielder, Brett Snyder. Brett Snyder today is 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a ground out. Goldenbaum trying to keep this game tied in a 5-5 game between LaSalle and HGP. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Goldenbaum did very well to get out of the top of the 6th. Hit the first batter here in the 7th, but has then gotten the next 2 outs fairly quickly. No balls, 1 strike the count. Goldenbaum comes set, and the pitch is swung on and hit on the ground. Base hit through the right side. And Brett Snyder will come through with an RBI single, and LaSalle takes a 6-5 lead. So Brett Snyder delivers probably the biggest hit of the day, and that will score Caddy from third. It's now 6-5. Yeah, just sitting fastball right there looked like was Brett Snyder. Goldenbaum is a good one, but couldn't get it by him. Stays right on it enough, uses the hands, and pokes it right through the right side. That will bring up the right fielder, Machida, the 7-hole hitter for LaSalle. Goldenbaum picks back, not in time. This game is now 2 hours and a half long. Here in the top of the 7th, HGP and LaSalle. It was tied. Holy Ghost has never led in this game, and now LaSalle has taken the lead 6-5. Goldenbaum comes set. There goes Brett Snyder down to second, and the throw is not in time. So Brett Snyder steals second, and all of a sudden, an important Schwartz run out there at second for LaSalle. Machida today is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. He did face Goldenbaum in the 6th and struck out. We'll see if Goldenbaum can win the battle here. Matt now steps off. The runner on second is Brett Snyder. Now Matt Goldenbaum comes set, and his pitch is upstairs. Holy Ghost does not have bullpen action. We'll see if that possibly changes. Firebirds have only went through 3 pitchers: Nick Henn, Shane Turpin, and now Matthew Goldenbaum. LaSalle has went through 5. Goldenbaum comes set with the blue glove. Looks back the runner, his pitch. There goes the runner, and it's hit on the ground. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Parsons couldn't get it. The throw is in the cutoff man, heading to second, and it gets by the catcher. So heading to second will be Machida, and Machida is aboard with the base hit, and he goes to second on the throw. Scoring from second is Brett Snyder. He was off on the pitch, and it's now a 7-5 LaSalle lead. Yeah, this pitch is just not hit all that hard, not too extreme hard, but just got up the middle, right to where the fielders were not shaded. That will bring up, I believe, Yuskevich, and that's going to do it. Coach Olinsky is going to pull the plug, I believe, here on Goldenbaum. See if he does. Talking to him, maybe not, but Goldenbaum is not even on the mound anymore, heading towards the grass, and maybe he does stay in. We'll see. 7-5 game here in the top of the 7th. And Goldenbaum will stay in this ball game. And the runner at third is, not the runner at third, the runner at second is Machida. Okay. I didn't. So the throw did go out of bounds. And Machida is now a third. I believe this is Yuskevich, but I'm not sure. He hits one right to Liam Parsons, who makes the catch at second base. Hit it hard, but right to him. Firebirds will need a comeback. It will be 8-9-1 due up for the Firebirds. LaSalle leads 7-5. They'll try to close the door. Firebirds going to try to say something about it. Well, welcome back here. Firebirds will try to mount a comeback here as they trail 7-5. LaSalle scored 2 runs in the top half of the 7th. New pitcher for the LaSalle Explorers will be right-handed pitcher Kevin Kell, listed as a pitcher and a first baseman junior, and he'll face 8-9-1. The schedule hitters due up are Phillips, Amati, and then the top of the order for Acosta. We'll see, though, if they make any substitutions. 7-5 game here in the top of the 7th. LaSalle comes into this one 3-2. If the score holds on, they'll win their third straight and improve to 4-2. Firebirds, though, will try to improve to 2-1 and keep their undefeated record at home. Again, we have 2 halves of the game. The first 4 or so innings will be uploaded, and then the second half will be uploaded as well. So if you want to go check it out, the other half of the game, feel free to do so. Make sure to like and subscribe. The next game will be on Tuesday for the Firebirds. They'll take on Devon Prep right here at 4 o'clock. I believe Matt will be doing the game. Matt will be here? Okay, Matt will be here. I will be here. Tuesday, 4 o'clock, Holy Ghost against Devon Prep. So we're going to try to close the door for LaSalle is Kell. We'll see, though, who the Firebirds send up to bat against Kevin Kell. This is now the 6th pitcher that the LaSalle Explorers have used. They started off the day with Crabtree, then went to Marlar, then Barrett, then McLaughlin, then Chesnick, and now Kell. And the first batter will be Phillips. Nick Phillips will lead it off for the Firebirds, who try to mount a rally as we get started here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This game is now, well, 2 hours and a half long, and I got an update, which is a good update. Flyers have scored. It's 1-1 against Boston. Phillies and Braves play a little bit later. As we get started, Cal will try to close the door for the Explorers. Here's Nick Phillips, who I believe is the scheduled batter. 7-5 lead for LaSalle. They scored the 2 go-ahead runs in the 7th. Holy Ghost Prep has never led in this game. Coming set, and the first pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-0. Well, that's a good start. Every little pitch counts for the Firebirds. As they trail this one 7-5, they'll try to mount a comeback. Firebirds have done their best when taking walks. We'll see if they can get some here. The 1-0 is upstairs. It's 2-0. So 2-0, good hitters count already here for Nick Phillips. We'll try to give the Firebirds some momentum to try to tie this game up or perhaps win it. 2 balls, no strikes. Coming set in the pitch is, I believe, a ball. Was that? Well, we don't know. That's been the theme of the day, has been we don't know. It might have been a ball or a strike. It's either 2-1 or 3-0 in the pitch. It's swung on and hit on the ground over to the shortstop. That's Hatston Taylor, and his throw is in time Score of the play 6-3. That was not Nick Phillips, though, who just batted for the Firebirds. I will try to tell you who the 33 was. Hunter Finlay. So Finlay did stay in the game and did catch there. So 6-3, Finlay's out. And I believe this is Joe Amati now, the 9-hole hitter for the Firebirds, who came in to replace Andrew Jones a few innings ago. One away here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Amati is low. It's 1-0. I believe that was low. Maybe it was called the strike. It's very hard to, see from our advantage point, but also different from the last game is this umpire does not exactly yell too loud the balls and strikes. The pitch is low. That one was for sure low, so it's either 2-0 or 1-1. Amati has one at bat today, and that's a walk. That came back in the bottom of the 5th. Joe Amati going to try to get some base runners here on board for the Firebirds. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitcher is Kevin Kell for LaSalle, and the pitch is low. Firebirds could really use a runner here. You want to get some traffic on the base paths before you get to 2 outs. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Kell comes set, and his pitch to Amati is swung on and hit on the ground over to second. Shaded that way and making the play in time is Whitlinger, and there's 2 outs. Score the play 4-3, and you're now going to need some late heroics, but it does turn over to the top of the lineup for Isaac Acosta. If this score does hold, LaSalle will improve to a 4-2 record on the season. Holy Ghost will fall to 1-2. We'll see, though. We're holding out some hope with 2 outs for Isaac Acosta, who's 1 for 4 today with a single, 2 flyouts, and a lineout. His single came in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch is low. It's 1-0. Kell has not worked ahead of many batters here. He's fallen behind, but the Firebirds have swung at some pitchers' pitches on 2 fairly weak ground balls. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kevin Kell trying to close the door for LaSalle. Nobody on with 2 outs. Send the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Holy Ghost is down to their last strike in the 7-5 lead for LaSalle. We're here in the bottom of the 7th in a game that started at 12:02. We're now at 2:34. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cal comes set. And his 1-2 pitch to Acosta. Swing and a miss. Throws the ladder, and that will do it as Kell strikes out Acosta to end the game. And the LaSalle Explorers hold on to win this one by a final score of 7-5. We'll be right back to recap the game and do a quick little post game here on this recording. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the post-game show here on the Holy Ghost Prep Campus. LaSalle Explorers defeat the Firebirds 7-5. I'm David Shapansky with you, and I want to just give a big thank you to everyone who watched this game today. The player of the game is, without a doubt, in my opinion, Caddy. Caddy for LaSalle will take the player of the game cake home for LaSalle. Firebirds, though, Tyler Mccord was their leading offensive player today. Firebirds lose this one 7-5. They fall to a record of 1-3, and they even up the record at home to 1-1. LaSalle improves to 4-2 overall record, and they are now 2-0 away from their home stadium. The next game on Tuesday will be at 4 o'clock against Devon Prep. We hope to see you there. I'm David Shapansky, and I'll sign off for this one. Firebirds lose this one 7-5. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe.